morning, dear students. How are you all? Hope you all are okay and good. And I am also good. Today we are going to discuss again about the subject matter right form of verbs that in our previous class was discussed. Before going to our today's discussion, I want to remind you about the previous session. In our previous session, we had a discussion about right form of verbs and the rules of right form of verbs. We discussed about some rules, not all the rules. The rules that we have discussed, I hope you can remember. But two very important things that I mentioned in previous class, I want to remind you that again, that when you do right form of verbs, you have to remember two things very importantly, and you have to keep it in your mind always when you do right form of verbs. The things are, you can see, choose the right word for the contest. Choose the right word for the contest. You know that when you do right form of verbs, there is a box given, and in the box there are some words. So you have, your first duty while doing right form of verbs is choose the right word for the contest from the box. Okay? And now the second thing, use the right form of verb. Then the word that you choose from the box for the contest, now you have to use the right form of verb for the word. Okay? In which form the verb will be used in that place, you have to decide, and you have to use the right form of verb in that situation. For this, you have to know the rules of right form of verbs. You have to know all the rules of right form of verbs, because you know grammar is also like mathematics. If you know the rules, you can do all the grammars, but if you don't know the rules, then you will not be able to do the grammars properly. Maybe one or two may correct by chance, but that's not the way. You have to confident about the matter. You have to confident about grammar. So you have to know the rules. For all the subject matter about grammar, whether it is right form of verb or completing sentences or tag question or connector, whatever may be subject matter, that's not important. The important thing is that you have to know the rules. Okay, my dear lovely learner, I think you can understand. Now let's forward. Okay, let's forward for our today's class and more discussion about right form of verbs. Today's lesson, right form of verbs, part 2. Before starting our today's session, I want to remind you that in our previous session we have discussed about right form of verbs and some rules of right form of verbs. I think you can remember. And now we are discussing about some new rules about right form of verbs. Yesterday, ago, long since, last night. If these words, any one of these words are in a sentence, then the form of verb will be in past indefinite or past form. The verb will be in past indefinite or past form. Such as, he come home last night, within bracket here is come. What will be the correct form? He came home last night. Another example, I see within bracket him yesterday. What will be there? I saw him yesterday. Okay, like this, I think you understood that if in a sentence, yesterday, ago, long since, last night, you get this word, then the verb will be in past form, past indefinite form. This is another rule. If in a sentence you get since, if you get since in any sentence, then first part is in simple present or present perfect and next part will be in simple past. Okay, let's see the example. It is many years since I, within bracket, come to Dhaka. It is many years since I came to Dhaka. Notice one thing, that before since there is present form and after since the verb will be the verb is in simple past or past form. Now another example, many years have passed since his father, in bracket, died. Many years have passed since his father died. Okay, because there is since and the rule is after since the verb will be past. This is another rule. In this rule, you see before and after. Okay, if in a sentence there is before, then past perfect will be in first part and past indefinite will be in second part. This is one rule. If we get before in a sentence, then the verb before the verb which is sit in front of before, that will be in past perfect, and the verb that sits after before, that will be in past indefinite. And another thing, if you get after, this word after in a sentence, then the verb is used, past indefinite will be in first part and past perfect will be in second part. Okay, let's check the example, then it will be more clear to us. Actually, this is past perfect tense. We have read about past perfect tense, and this is the rules of past perfect tense. He within bracket go to bed before I came. What will be? He had gone to bed before I came. Notice here past perfect is used before first part of the sentence, and past indefinite is used after in the second part of the sentence. And another example, I came after he within bracket leave home. What will be the right answer? I came after he had left home. Here past perfect or had left is used after the in the second part of the sentence, or it is used after when after is used, then this past perfect is used. I mean this is used in the second part of the sentence. This is another rule. Had better, had rather, would better, would rather, let, must, need, dare. If you get these words in a sentence, then what will be the use of verb, or what will be the form of verb? Let's see. The given verb will be in present form and to will be omitted. The given verb will be in present form. If we get this verb, these words in a sentence, then the given verb will be in present form, and if there is any to, this to will be omitted. Okay. Now example, you had better in the bracket to take rest. You had better take rest. This is correct. I will not let you to leave the classroom. I will not let you leave the classroom. So to leave or to take, these are incorrect, and only take, only leave, these are correct. Another example, it is high time, it is time, wish, fancy. If you get these words in a sentence, then the verb will be in past form. The verb will be in past form. For example, I fancy I within the bracket turn pale. I fancy I turn pale. It is high time we within the bracket take proper action. It is high time we took proper action. I wish I within the bracket see you. I wish I could see or I saw you. Both are correct. Okay. Then remember these words, and if you get these words, the form will be in past form. Here is another rule. As though, as if, wish. If you get these words in a sentence, then in the place of to be, there will be where. Okay, in the place of to be, there will be where. Such as, I wish I within bracket to be a poet. I wish I were a poet. He talks as if he to be a mad. The to be will be within bracket. He talks as if he were a mad. And this is another rule. Every, each, one of. If you get these words in a sentence, then the verb will be in singular, because each, every, one of this subject means singular form. This is singular form of subject, so the verb will be in singular form. As for example, one of the boys in the bracket B absent yesterday. One of the boys was absent yesterday. Everybody wants peach. Everybody wants peach. So, if you get one of, every, each, these words in the place of subject, then consider the verb as singular form. Okay? Our another rule, if we get can, could, may, might, shall, should, will, would, etc. in a sentence, then the verb will be in present form. If we get these auxiliary verbs in a sentence, or if we get one of these auxiliary verbs in a sentence, then the verb will be in present form. Such as, you may within bracket meet me. You may meet me. Because of the auxiliary verb, the verb will be in present form. I can draw a picture. I can draw a picture. He may pass the exam. He may pass the exam. We should do our duty. We should do our duty. So, this is the rule that if we get these auxiliary verbs, then the main verb will be in present form. Now, this is another rule. If plus simple present plus simple future. That is, if plus simple present, if you get this kind of sentence, then the next part of the sentence will be in simple future. Let's see the example, then you will understand it more clearly. If he works hard, he prosper in life. Within bracket prosper, what will be the correct sentence? If he works hard, he will prosper in life. If you run in the rain, you fall sick. The correct one is, if you run in the rain, you will fall sick. So, if you get this if added sentence and the first part of the sentence is in present tense, then the next part of the sentence will be simple future. Okay? So, this was our today's class. Hope you understand and you enjoyed. Again, I am reminding the same thing that for the purpose of grammar, if you want to make sure all the grammars are correct, if you want to carry good marks in grammar, then you have to know the rules. You have to know all the rules. Without knowing the rules, you can't do well in English second paper. Okay, so please be serious on the rules in all the subject matters of grammar. For all the subjects of grammar, you have to be very serious about the rules. First know the rules, then go into the subject matter, then go for practice. Okay, hope you understand, and please follow my instruction. I hope you will do better. All of you will do better in your exam. And that's all for today. Time is running out. I have to close the class here. Everybody stay good, stay fine, stay home, take care of your health. Every day I am uttering the same instruction of health, because in this pandemic situation, in this hard time, our first and foremost duty to maintain our health, to maintain the rules of health, okay, and to maintain the government instruction. So all of you stay good, stay fine, and take all the health rules regularly, attend our classes regularly, and please do your studies regularly at home and attentively, because time is running out, but you have to complete your syllabus, you have to complete your study, your lesson in this hard time. That's all for today. Everybody, goodbye again. Stay fine.